Hi there, coming back again with another video. This is going to be a little bit of a different video. Been thinking about doing this for a while. I'm not sure if I'm going to or not. But in regards to Masters of Horror, which as you can see I have all of them. One's had to continue on, unfortunately, but I'll show you that at the end when we get to it. But I've been collecting these for a while, and I don't think I've been showing them in any pickup videos. Just kind of wanted to wait and get them all. And, I don't know, maybe I'll go through some of my collections like this and show off, in particular, like, collections, maybe a certain actor's work or director's work. But anyways, without further ado, I'm just going to jump right into this and show you the Masters of Horror collection. If you don't know what it is a collection of horror. They're 1 hour short films, pretty much is the way I would describe them, anthology style, and it was a show on Showtime created by Mick Garris, who is a frequent Stephen King adaptator, and he did the TV version of The Shining, The Stand, Bag of Bones. God Lord, there's so many he's done. I think he's done Desperation, Quicksilver Highway. There's quite a few, anyways. And that's pretty much all he's really done. Really, is that sort of thing. And but he's definitely got a really good enthusiasm for horror. And for the show, he got like all the classic horror genre directors to come and direct miniature horror films, and they're pretty much censored. There's nudity, there's super violence, these are not censored in any way. So there's one in particular episode that I guess was censored on TV called Imprint. We'll get to that. But yeah, so this show is really great, especially if you're a fan of horror. All these ones are great horror movies. Some really good. There are some stinkers, but majority speaking, they are great. Now what I'm going to do is go through. I'm not going to try and break down exactly what everyone's about, but what I will do is kind of read you the description, show you what's on the DVDs, special feature wise. The first season here. Now I know this show has been released in box sets. I was very confused on how you actually get the sets. So I don't know. I couldn't figure it out. I thought some of them were imports. I wasn't sure. So from what I can gather, the first season here is released in 4 volumes on Blu-ray, and then they went to this style for season 2 of individual releases where you get a full-on movie, DVD art, like a poster art. You get special features on all these. Actually, quite a good chunk of special features. There's usually a commentary and then some featurettes. But anyways, let's just jump right into it. We'll go through it now. So season 1 starts off with, as you can see, volume 1. You get Cigarette Burns, Dreams in the Witch House, and The Fair-Haired Child. Now, the reason I got interested in these to begin with was a friend told me about them. And he said, because I'm a huge John Carpenter fan, like many people are, and he told me that there were 2 short films in the show by John Carpenter. So that was where I initially got into wanting to hunt down this show. But as I picked up this, actually I picked up another one earlier, at a pawn shop. But regardless, when I started watching the ones that are on here, just kind of like, well, I got it, might as well check it out. They actually were really good, so I ended up getting the whole series, but I initially only wanted the John Carpenter. The first one here, Cigarette Burns. As you can see the back here, you can see the artwork there. The first one, Cigarette Burns. John Carpenter directs this grisly mind blower about the search for a lost movie that may plunge audiences into a homicidal frenzy. Yeah, so there's this old lost film. And what's his name from Walking Dead? I can never remember it. Anyways, what's his name? The guy with the motorcycle. I can't remember his name right. Earl? No, that's the brother. I can't fucking remember. It's gonna drive me nuts. Anyways, he's awesome in this movie here, and he's like on the track for this old movie, and when people see it, they do crazy shit. The gore in this is fucked up. Dreams in the Witch House. Yeah, this one is pretty crazy from what I remember. It's a bit stressed out student discovers madness, murder, and unholy mayhem in a shocker directed by Stuart Gordon, Reanimator, and based on a story by H.P. Lovecraft. So in this one, is pretty crazy. It's about this I think he's doing string theory. He's like a student, and he goes to this house to study and like live there, and while he's there he finds like this portal on a crazy angle in the room. It's really weird, but it does get pretty cool. The fair-haired child, Lori Petty stars as a grieving mother with a remote estate and a very hungry secret locked in the basement. This twisted tale from director William Malone, House on Haunted Hill. Yeah, this one's messed up. This girl ends up in a basement, and when she's down there, she meets this boy, but as time goes by, there's something more and more wrong with him. It's very cool, and you find out why she's down there as time goes by. So that's volume 1 of season 1. So volume 2, this one has Jennifer, Sick Girl, and Deer Woman. Deer Woman is one of my least favorite of all of them. Okay, so yeah, there's the cover. Very I'm actually kind of like, even though these are on DVD, it's actually really cool that you get like all the individual covers and stuff, because these original ones, they kind of leave something to be desired. Don't you agree? But anyways, whatever, you get HD over standard, but they definitely still look good on DVD. But anyways, so yeah, Jennifer, Dario Argento. Sorry. So I didn't know anything about Dario Argento before watching this, and so now I do, and I know that he's like really like highly thought of in the horror genre, and just in general as a director, and I could see why. And this was the first thing I seen by him, Jennifer. Dario Argento, Suspiria. I still need to see that. That apparently that's the thing to see from him. Directs his Jaw Dropper, in which a detective, Steven Weber. You've seen him in tons of Mick Garris, especially Stephen King adaptations. He's also in the show Wings. He's a detective, and he rescues a disfigured young girl who may be both seductress and psychopath. So there's Jennifer. And yeah, as time goes by, it's really weird how the story plays out, and how she, I don't know, like has this spell over him, and he keeps covering up her craziness because she is like a weird animal. And I don't know. It's good though. It's very weird, graphic, erotic. It's very cool movie. I liked it quite a bit. Jennifer, Sick Girl. This one's fucked up. It's Angela Betty's. I don't know if I'm saying that right. And Aaron Brown star in this perverse tale from director Lucky McKee from the movie May, about two women in love and a large bug that comes between them. This one's very weird. It's kind of like campy. It's got like some weird humor going on it, but it definitely it twists. It like turns up the odd, like weird, scary, creepy shit in the second part of the movie with this bug thing here. But yeah, it's directed by the director of May, and that movie was pretty good from back in the day. I've never seen that on DVD or anything. I just remember the VHS tape and the movie being pretty good. And this movie is pretty good. I enjoyed it for that cool little creature is one weird little creepy bastard. Oh, sorry, the glare. And yeah, you can't really see. But it's this weird little insect that like gets inside you. And Deer Woman, which was a John Landis one. John Landis being the director of Animal House and American Werewolf in London, Blues Brothers, all these great movies. And I don't know, I just hated this completely. Deer Woman, a cynical cop tracks a sexy killer who may not be human in this erotic shocker. So yeah, this girl here, she is naked often throughout the movie, and that's pretty awesome. But outside of that, I didn't really find the story entertaining. It was definitely trying to be funny a lot of the time, and I don't know. It had some jokes, I guess, that worked, but to me, I didn't like this one at all. And it's like this, like, I don't even know. She's like a demon deer who like seduces dudes with her, feminine wilds, and then when she gets them alone, she like tramples them by like with morphing into a deer. Like, I don't. It's so stupid. I didn't. As I was watching, I'm like, this is the stupidest thing ever. But I don't know. Maybe that's the point of that one. I didn't get it. Maybe on rewatch it'll get better, hopefully. But to me, at this point, Deer Woman is the worst in Master of Horrors. Yeah. Actually, there's probably, I don't know, saying it's the worst. Like, yeah, I can't really think of one I didn't like. Like, actually, maybe Valerie on the Stairs. It's probably tied between Valley on the Stairs and Deer Woman for my least favorite of all these. So moving on, Volume 3, we got Incident on and Off a Mountain Road. That one is fucking sick. Dance of the Dead and Pick Me Up. So, Incident on and Off Mountain Road, Phantasm creator Don Coscarelli, I think I said that right, directs the grisly stunner about a young woman hunted in the backwoods maniac called Moonface. So the incident on the mountain road, she gets into a car accident. Off the mountain road, she ends up trapped in like after she gets out of the house and she tries to or after she gets out of the car accident, she ends up through some circumstance without spoiling at this crazy fucking like serial killer sort of Texas Chainsaw Massacre family house sort of, not quite as like, I don't know, yeah, actually, yeah, it's very much like that sort of deal. Not so much the family aspect, but we stumble along the wrong place sometimes in these movies. But yeah, Moonface, he's this crazy, like, pretty much like a movie monster character, like a Leatherface or something like that, and he is awesome. This one's fucking fantastic. The title threw me because it sounds stupid. Incident on and off a mountain road, but that's one of the best ones, especially in season 1. Dance of the Dead director Toby Hooper, speaking of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, invites you to inside a post-nuclear nightclub where a depraved MC entertains the murderous masses. This one I don't really remember a ton from. I think I watched it early on, like one of the earlier ones I watched. And yeah, it's pretty weird from what I remember. Like, all these people keep delivering Robert Englund, like, this blood from, like, older people who weren't affected by the radiation or something. I can't exactly remember. It's, I don't know. I can't remember exactly what's going on now. I'm drawing a blank on exactly what's going on. But it's definitely very, like atmospheric, I guess you'd say. It's definitely a cool looking movie. The violence is crazy in this one. It's Toby Hooper. Yeah, definitely. I definitely need to rewatch that because I don't remember the specifics of the story, but I remember it being decent. That's all I can say. Pick Me Up. This one's very cool. A trucker who kills hitchers, a hitchhiker who murders drivers, and a tough woman, Farazuk Balk, looking for a ride, all come together in this twisted thriller from It's Alive director Larry Cohen. This one's really cool. So you got like it says, a trucker who is like a serial killer who goes around picking up people so he can kill them. And then you got a hitchhiker who's doing the same thing with people who pick him up. And then this woman who kind of gets caught in the middle of it, like, because like these two serial killers collides path, and she gets kind of caught up in it. And she's been in a lot of good movies. It's cool to see her. She was good in American History X and other movies where she was terrible, and her character was terrible, but she was good portraying it. But yeah, this movie's really cool. I liked how it ended. And the main two guys, they didn't look too familiar. The younger dude looked familiar from something. But yeah, they both did a really good job. So yeah, that is volume 3 with 3 more entries into the Master of Horror. So volume 4, and this will be it for season 1, and this one has 4 short films on it. We get Imprint, which is, oh my god, that one is brutal. And not in like a scary way, in like a grotesque, like, why are we watching this sort of, like, I know some people love that, to see like the most intense gore and graphicness, but like at a point it just gets to that for that sake, and I don't really see the point, and it's just kind of gross and uncomfortable to watch. But I don't know, some people love that shit. But anyways, so we got Imprint, Homecoming, I don't know how you say this, Heckler's Tale, and Chocolate. So Imprint, that one, like I was saying, is messed up. Just look at that girl's face. You can't really see, but yeah, this infamous episode, directed by Takashi Miike, Audition, was considered so disturbing that cable television refused to broadcast it. So this doesn't even tell you what it's about, but basically, it takes place in this like Asian, I'm not exactly sure, Japanese probably, whorehouse, like a brothel, and there's like this guy, and he's like looking for this old girl that he lost, and she may or may not be at this place that he is. And he meets this girl who's all scarred up in the face, and she's kind of sent in to look, take care of him, and they just start talking because she may or may not know this girl he's looking for, and she just keeps telling these fucked up stories, and they're just more and more graphic. At one point, this girl is accused of stealing something, and the madame, I guess you'd call her, the main woman who runs the place, she just really tortures her, and that whole scene is just ridiculous and so graphic and over the top. If that's your thing, if you like super super intense gore and disturbing shit like that, watch this, because it's fucked up. And then it goes into like this crazy, like, weird territory with something that's going on with her physicality, I guess I could say. So yeah, Imprint, that one is definitely one of the most intense. I showed this to somebody already, because it's one of those things where, like, you want to see something really fucked up, watch. You show them something that'll fuck with them. I've done that before, and I've had it done to me. Jesus, I woke up one day and my buddies wanted to show me that 2 girls 1 cup thing. I still don't really truly forgive them for that. But anyways, moving on. So Homecoming, starring Joe Dante here, who directed such things as Gremlins and all types of stuff, directs the season's most provocative episode, in which dead troopers return from war and vote in the next presidential election. So yeah, outside of Gremlins and a few other things, I don't really like Joe Dante movies. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand why I don't like them. And some of them are like classics, really. But really, I don't know. Gremlins is really the only one I've really, really loved. And this is really kind of the same trend, where I didn't really like it at all, and it was kind of stupid. And yeah. Didn't like Homecoming. I wouldn't recommend that one at all. It's kind of dumb. Anyway, so I won't even really talk about what it's about, other than, yeah, it's about dead troops returning from the war to vote. And it's like, I don't know, satirical, I guess, or I don't know. I didn't like it. Anyways, the one I can't pronounce, so Heckler's Tale, is an erotic thriller of the undead come alive in this chilling shocker, directed by John McNaughton, Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. Now, I don't remember anything about that, but I'm sure if it were to describe it better, I would. But I don't really remember, just from off the top of my head. Yeah, it doesn't say anything more. But yeah, so I can't really remember anything about that one. So I get the feeling it was good, so I'll say that. Just off a feeling alone, I'll recommend Hakeler's Tale. But anyways, Chocolate, director Mick Garris, the kind of guy who made this whole show happen. The Stand, he directed. Acclaimed tale of obsession, murder, and psychosexual hunger, starring Henry Thomas and Matt Furrer. Furrer. I don't know if I'm saying it. Probably not. I don't know. Anyways, this one's dumb as well. It's about, like, fucking chocolates that make you kill people if you eat them or some shit. I don't know. I don't like Mick Garris movies. They're usually shit. And a lot of the times if I own them, it's just because they're Stephen King. And I collect, like, Stephen King stuff. So, yeah. Chocolate is not good. And either is Valerie on the Stairs, which is his other one. Not a good director, Mick Garris. I appreciate his enthusiasm and his writing abilities, but like some of his, like, I like some of, like, the writing, but him as a director, I don't know. The movies look shitty to me, and yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that's enough Mick Garris bashing, but I gotta say he sucks, and he's definitely out of his league in this Masters of Horror collection. So right on, we're gonna move on to Black Cat, based on a story by Edgar Allan Poe. This is a teleplay by Dennis Powali and Stuart Gordon, and he also directs it. He is the director of Reanimator and From Beyond, and he also directed one of the... so a lot of the directors, I'm not going to go back and show you which one directed which, but a lot of the directors do return for a second outing. So it is cool that you get kind of like two different horror movies from all these awesome directors. So the Black Cat here, this is a very cool one. A lot of them do come with these awesome chapter selection, disc art, all the good stuff. So it's caught there. And so this one here is very cool. Wicked blend of the actual Black Cat story, and then actually inserting Edgar Allan Poe into it. Oh, excuse me. A grisly but gorgeous gothic tale of terror. This is one you'll definitely going to want to see, says Dread Central. This also comes with bonus features: the telltale cat making of the Black Cat and bringing down the axe, a look behind the FX of the Black Cat. So you get a lot of awesome, like, classic, like, what's his name? Greg Nicotero, I believe is the guy. So a lot of really awesome horror effects as well in these shows. So you get a lot of that, like, special features about how they did certain effects. And so this one here says, so like I said, I'm gonna maybe comment on it and then read the back, so this isn't an hour-long video. It's already getting a little longer than I hoped. So anyways, perversity, wrote Edgar Allan Poe, is the human thirst for self-torture. Jeffrey Combs delivers an electrifying performance as the legendary writer, driven to debt and drunken folly by a world cruelly indifferent to his poetry. But is it his beloved wife's agonizing death by consumption, or his deranged pet feline that will soon trigger the scribe's most ghastly act of madness? So yeah, it's very cool. And I definitely love how it plays out. Like, as you're watching it, you're not quite sure exactly if anything is in his head or if it's actually going on. And it's pretty cool, actually. I like this one quite a bit. And so yeah, the story, Edgar Allan Poe, is actually not... It doesn't actually have him in the story. I haven't actually read the story myself, but from like watching the special features and did a little research on it, I'm pretty sure the actual story doesn't have Edgar Allan Poe, but that's what's cool about this. They insert him into it and make him part of the story, and it's kind of like his process. That's all I'll say. And it's a very, very cool. Black Cat. Love that one, actually. The Damn Thing. This one's fucking dope. Sean Patrick Flannery, Marissa Coolan, and Ted Raimi. This is Toby Hooper again, and it's written by it's written by Richard Christian Matheson, and yeah, this one's very cool as well. So I'm just gonna start cutting through them and reading them to you. So yeah, 24 years ago, outside a small Texas town, young Kevin Riddle watched helplessly as the oilman father brutally slaughtered his mother before being torn apart by an invisible force. Today, the country sheriff Kevin remains haunted by memories of that night and the fear that the damn thing may someday return. Now, the citizens of Coverdale explode into the homicidal frenzy. The one man has uncovered the truth is about to meet his own horrific destiny. So yeah, this one's pretty cool. It has a pretty cool ending. I was actually surprised with the ending. I didn't see that shit coming. And yeah, so this comes with the damn thing, building of the oil monster, and Texas Terror, the making of that damn thing. Great one. Love that one. The Dream Cruise. This is the only one that is an hour and a half, which I thought was unnecessary because they could have easily told the same story in the 60 minutes. That being said, it was a good one. It's like a classic, your classic Japanese ghost story, and it's a very cool sort of revenge plot. And yeah, so it is from Norio Tsurata. I probably didn't say anywhere close to what that's actually called, but anyways, an American attorney in Japan whose childhood trauma has left him with crippling fear of the ocean. Then he begins a dangerous affair with the wife of a wealthy client, and a sunset boat trip will reveal the violence and vengeance that's waits just below the surface. How do you unleash the horrific ghosts of everyone's past? Just add water. Yeah, so this one is very creepy. It's very like The Ring and that style of Japanese ghost, and yeah, really worked out cool. I like that one as well, but I don't know why it was an hour and a half. Some of these ones are jam-packed, and they could go longer, and that one kind of stretches things out, and I don't really understand the point. Anyways, it isn't the point to have them all an hour. Oh, sorry, get another drink here. So this one, the second entry from John Landis, it's called Family here. Starring George Wendt, and it also has Meredith Monroe and Matt Kessler. This one's great, and I was very happy because I didn't like Dear Woman, but I love this one. And this one here has Skin and Bones, the making of Family, and Terror Tracks, mastering the family score. It's a beautiful day in suburbia when her mild-mannered bachelor Harold Thomas, George Wendt, is happy at work in his basement building the perfect family. But when a young couple moves in next door, Harold sets his sights on the sexy young wife, Meredith Monroe of Dawson's Creek. In the sunshine world of picket fences and manicured lawns, is it ever possible to know what gruesome plans are percolating in the minds of your neighbors? Yeah, so this one's very cool. It's got a sick, cool ending that you probably won't see coming. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. And yeah, great performances, and it's just kind of like this look at this dude's like madness, kind of like a Norman Bates sort of deal, but awesome. And like the special effects are dope, and this looks fantastic. Really great blend of practical and like honestly, the special effects visually, like the visual effects computer wise, they might not be the most high quality, but they do them very well. So this one's called Pelts, another from Dario Argento, starring Meatloaf and John Saxon. This is another great one from Argento here. This is a very cool one. Oh my god, some of the scenes on there's a spoiler, a self skinning scene in this that's, oh my god. But anyways, Meatloaf stars as Jake Feldman, a short-tempered furrier, I guess? Furrier? Guy who does fur coats. Struggling to build a small-time business while being tormented by his obsession for a sexy stripper. But when a sadistic backwoods trapper kills a strange group of pet raccoons, Jake knows their luxurious hides could make a coat that will change his fortunes forever. Only there are no ordinary pelts. Everyone who comes in contact with the cursed furs is soon driven to unspeakable acts of self-mutilation and extreme violence. Oh my god, there's a hammer scene in this, I think, that is unbelievable. Like a dude starts hitting himself with a hammer. Oh my god. Even if Jake can now possess the flesh he desperately covets, what horrific final price will he pay for the skin he's in? So, oh, this one is dope. The special effects are amazing. The story is really interesting and cool. I don't know. I'd never seen anything like that shit before, and that's another reason why I gotta look into this dude's work. Anyways, John Carpenter. This is the first one I actually had. Yeah, I think I actually had this before I even had a volume. I might be wrong about that, but it doesn't matter. Pro Life here. This is a great one. Ron Perlman, Mark Feuerstein, Emmanuel. I don't know who these people are, and I doubt you would either. Maybe. Anyways, for a dedicated staff of an isolated woman's clinic, the ultimate nightmare is waiting to explode. Trapped inside is a terrified pregnant 15-year-old girl. Lurking outside, her crazed anti-abortion activist father, Ron Perlman, and heavily armed brothers are ready to smash their way in this Heath? No, I can't read, I guess. In this health center turned slaughterhouse, there's only one certainty. There will be hell to pay. Yeah, this one reminds me of Assault on Precinct 13 mixed with Prince of Darkness, kind of. Kind of felt like that to me in a little bit. And it's cool that it takes on the topic of abortion in a really interesting way. And again, holy fuck with the ending. This also has Demon Baby bringing the FX sequence to life, I guess, and Final Delivery, the making of pro-life. Great. Watch this one. This is a fantastic entry and a great just John Carpenter movie. And it has the soundtrack that definitely feels Carpenter. I think maybe someone he's related to is doing it because he has the same name. Anyways, Right to Die, director of Wrong Turn here. This is a very cool one as well. It's kind of like this cool like ghost sort of revenge spirit movie, I guess, with crazy gore. Late at night on a lonely country road, Cliff Addison, Martin Donovan of the Dead Zone and Weeds, and his wife Abby are involved in a fiery car wreck that leaves Cliff unhurt and his wife hideously burned. As Abby lies comatose, kept alive only by life support, her charred spirit seeks vengeance for those who profit from her plight. Amidst a storm of angry relatives and pushy reporters, the controversial issue is about to take a horrific turn. Even if Cliff can now find a way to keep his wife alive, will Montra's secret condemn him to a living hell forever? Burnt Offerings, Making of a Right to Die, and Flayo Trish. A look at the behind the bloody effects. So this one's very cool as well. It's got a great ending that is pretty cool. I didn't see coming again. Written by John Esposito. Yeah. This is a great entry. I would highly recommend that one. Great special effects as well, like practical ones. This one I didn't really like so much. It's cool in concept, but again, Joe Dante. And yeah, I'm not a big fan of The Howling either. I know some people think it's awesome, best werewolf movie ever. I don't. But anyways, written by Sam Hamm. Jason Priestley's in this. Elliot Gould. He's pretty good in this movie, Elliot Gould. But this one's basically, there's like an alien plot to poison all the men's minds, like through like hair. They like put stuff in the air and everything that like gets into men's brains and shit and whatever, the water, and it makes them wanna, and whenever they get aroused they end up getting homicidal and like want to kill the women. So I guess the idea is that eventually all the men will kill the women, the men will all die off, and the aliens will take over instead of just fucking blowing us up with their nuclear laser guns. Okay, so but it is kind of a cool idea, but I didn't really like the movie. The acting's fucking terrible overall, and yeah, this one not so good. Had some cool effects, and like I said, Elliot Gould's good in it. Like he's a good part of it. This would be one I wouldn't run to watch again. This one I would. This is a movie I'd frickin' love. One of my all-time favorites. It would probably be in like my top 5. Sounds like. Chris Bauer pretty much carries this whole movie, and it's from Brad Anderson, director of The Machinist and Session 9. It's very much like Session 9. I don't really remember The Machinist, but it's very much like a mental examination of craziness, and it's cool. For call center supervisor Larry Pierce, Chris Bauer, who I think is an underrated actor. You don't see him in enough. He's great in The Wire, great in Third Watch. I love him in that. But anyways, for central call center supervisor Larry Pierce, listening is a way of life. His days are spent monitoring hundreds of tech support phone conversations. His ultra-sensitive ears, although, are attuned to every nuance of voice and sound. But in the months following his young son's tragic death, Larry's hearing intensifies until it becomes virtually superhuman. Now simple noises around him have amplified into a cacophony of torment, and as Larry slowly begins to lose his grip on reality, he must take violent action to quiet the deafening clamor. In a world where nothing screams louder than the madness of grief, how far will one man to go to find the ultimate paradise of absolute silence? A rural madness, the making of sounds like, a cacophony of sounds like, a look behind the special effects. This one has one of the best endings of all of them, and honestly, it's fantastic. I loved every freaking bit of this. Great entry. Watch this one. Good lord, the ending of that, just, like, literally, I was like, holy fuck. I was just sitting there, like, kind of blown away. So I got 4 more left. 3 more up here, and 1 that I have to go grab just on the next shelf over. But we got The V Word. This one's fantastic. It's written by Mick Garris. Good script. Like I said, I think he's a decent writer, not so much a director. Ernest Dickerson from Demon Knight and I guess Bones, but also Juice, that movie Juice with Tupac. And this one's fantastic. Michael Ironside's great in this movie, and you got these 2 young dudes who play video games all day, and kind of they're actually playing Doom 3 at the beginning of this, which was kind of cool. But just kind of like on a late night whim, the one makes kind of an offhanded comment. You want to go see a dead body, and I guess they have an inside cousin who works in a mortuary. When they get there, they kind of don't find him, and as they're going through the place, they find all these dead bodies, and more things are a little off, and before you know it, they find this dude, Michael Ironside, who's awesome in this, and he is something undead, and stuff happens. I'm not going to say anything more. This is another one that needs to be seen immediately. I loved how it played out. The ending's fantastic. Michael Ironside's great in this, and one of the best in the series. One of the worst on the series, Valerie on the Stairs. Clive Barker story, I guess. Mick Garris directs. Christopher Lloyd's okay in this. Tony Todd is terrible. I like Tony Todd a lot, but I don't like him in this. Yeah. This dude is, like, at a place, and there's this Valerie chick, and she's, like, haunted, or, like, connected to a demon, and she's naked a lot, which is good, but, yeah, shit. Don't watch that one. In fact, throw it down the stairs, and then fucking break it, okay? Like, if I wasn't a completist, I wouldn't own that, because I don't like that at all. It sucks. So the Washingtonians, on the other hand, is good. This one is from director of The Changeling and Species 2, Peter Medak, written by Richard Kismar and Jonathan Screech. I don't know how you say that guy's name. But this one is very cool. It's about this dude. Here, I'll just read it because it probably sums it up pretty good. What if everything we believe about our sacred icons of American history turned out to be a complete lie? This is a gruesome tale about discovery of a Revolutionary War artifact that proves George Washington's famed wooden teeth hungered for more than just liberty. How far will a group of homicidal historians now go to keep a hero's grisly legacy alive? Would our governments deliberately hide the truth to cover up the meat of the matter? A feast of answers, complete with huge helpings of human carnage, will all be served at the final banquet of the Washingtonians? So basically, George Washington, in the past, was a cannibal, and he killed people all the time, and for whatever reason that's been hidden as a fact, and but except for this like secret society who knows all about it, and they're trying to collect all the artifacts of him and live in his style, and probably eventually eat the world. I don't know what I can't remember exactly what the game plan is, but these two characters get wrapped up in this craziness, and this one is very campy. It's very, as it says right here, an over-the-top black comedy. The dialogue is funny, the acting is overt, the gore is gruesome. That's what it is. This one's like a comedy that just has gnarly shit in it. It's not really meant to be serious at all. It's over the top. The story's actually kind of original. I wouldn't have thought of anything like that. So yeah, I like that one quite a bit. And finally, we All Scream for Ice Cream. This one is the only one that has a pink titled spine, which is kind of cool. This is from Tom Holland, the director of Child's Play and Fright Night, starring William Forsythe and Lee Tergesen. Okay, and yeah, this one's interesting. Not the best, but it doesn't suck. It's just not the best. It's kind of like mediocre, and yeah, it's like a revenge slasher where this clown is tormented by these kids, and when he here, I'll just read it. William Forsythe stars as Buster the Clown, a mentally challenged man who sells ice cream from his cherry time truck until a cruel prank by a bunch of neighborhood boys goes horrifically wrong. A generation later, they're all grown men with families, but the crime of their past may now be trolling for their children. Buster and his truck have returned for sweet revenge, and every frozen treat will bring its own taste of hell. So yeah, he comes back as like this like fucking mean looking clown, and it kind of like goes back and forward, and it tells you both sides of the story. It's cool, and it's like the sins of the the youth come back to haunt you as an adult, and Sweet Revenge, the making of We All Scream for Ice Cream, and Meltdown, the scoop on the visual effects. So I like this one quite a bit, and but it's just not one of the best ones. It's just kind of, it's fun. It's just not. It's not Sounds Like. It's not pro-life. It's not Pelts. It's just kind of fun movie. So this one's good. I enjoyed it. And yeah, that is the complete. At least in that's what I think anyways. If there's any more that I'm missing, please, if you know, let me know. But I'm pretty sure this is the complete collection of Masters of Horror, 2 seasons, and yeah, I really wish they would have done this show forever, but unfortunately, this is what we got, but it's a lot of good. So yeah, I highly recommend this if you're into horror and you don't know anything about it. If you've seen any of these that you have anything to say about, any of the directors, any of the stories, go ahead and leave a comment down below. And yeah, until the next video, I'm pretty sure that will be a pickup video, but I may do more collection-based videos in the future. But yeah, until next time, the pickup video, I will be seeing you soon. And as always, be easy.